Health news, you sick bastard!
For the last 3 weeks, or however many it's been, I've been covering a segment where I explain the results of a survey where people over 60 were asked to give advice to people under 60. Based on your cumulative life knowledge, what would you advise to the younger generation? So here we have part 4. And of course, I'm going to link the other 3 here, though I probably won't. We'll see. Just probably, it seems like kind of a hassle. But check the description, because down there I'll definitely probably not link it either, but it's totally up to you if you want to look at it. Number 16, I would say to appreciate the small things and be present in the moment. What do I mean? Well, it seems like younger people are all about immediate gratification. Instead, why not appreciate every small moment? We don't get to stay on this crazy, wonderful planet forever, and the greatest pleasure can be found in the most mundane of activities. Instead of sending a text, pick up the phone and call someone. Call your mother. Have a conversation about nothing in particular. Those are the moments to hold on to. Well, my friends, I have to disagree with our elders. Don't do any of that. I mean, sure, live in the moment. Enjoy the moment. If you see the sun setting, take a peek, enjoy it, look at the wispy clouds, but don't pick up the phone and call somebody. That's just rude. If you see them on Messenger, say, hey, can I call you? Or hey, if you're free, call me. Same thing with text. Don't just call someone out of the blue. Them days is gone. If my phone rings, I assume it's a fucking robocall, because it always is. People who know me don't call me. I mean, doctor's offices or, business, Walgreens. Walgreens doesn't even call me. They text me and say, your photos are ready to pick up. No, don't call people. Certainly have a chat with your mother. And if she thinks you don't get in touch with her enough, swing by her house unannounced. Hey, Ma, it's me. This is how they did it in ya day. How you like me now? Maybe she loves it. Or maybe she'll say, you know what? I'm getting enough of you, Junior. Either case, you're in good in the will. So forget 16. That was bullshit. 17. Pay your bills and stay the hell out of debt. If I could have paid myself all the money I paid out in interest over the years, I'd be retired already. Now, this is a big one. I pay cash for my cars. Not because I'm rich, but because I buy cars I can afford. My current van, I think I paid $3,000 for, maybe $4,000. It's not a great van. I'm approved for a loan up to $30,000 from my credit union, and I could go do that tomorrow. I could just go roll out in a sweet new ride. But then I'd be tethered to the damn thing, and I'd be paying interest for 5-6 years. Forget it. Instead, I'll save up that money for 5 or 6 years, and instead of paying interest, I'll get interest. Takes money to make money. And you say, well, I've tried saving money before, but it always disappears. Right. It's because you can't afford it. If you can't afford to save, you can't afford to go into debt. Why would you do that? I carry a balance on one credit card. One. And that's because I've got, I think, 15 months of 0% interest. I could pay it off today, but I don't. No, that money's in my bank earning interest. And by bank, I mean a money market account, and by earning money, I mean damn near none. But if a bank wants to give me free money to hang on to, I'll let them share in the pain. It's fine. And it's only like $1,000. But going into debt for something like a iPhone, or especially when you're young, a car, don't buy a new car. It's just, that's something you do when you can really afford it, and really, you can never afford it. Just buy 2-3 years old. It's just better in the long run. 18. Jealousy destroys relationships. So, trust your significant other, because who else are you supposed to trust? I've seen relationships where one spouse out-earns the other spouse, and that causes problems. Hey, you're a team. If you win, you both win. I've seen relationships where one person is popular and the other is a wallflower, and the wallflower gets madly jealous. How come, you're always visiting friends, or how come you always have people over? We don't do stuff with my friends. Bitch, you don't got friends. No. Recognize each other's strengths and weaknesses. Embrace them. But don't be jealous. Well, her parents came from money. Okay, great. But you're a team now, so get the fuck over it. You've entered into this partnership. Make it work. Number 20, and this is the final one for this week, although I may have a bonus one if I've got enough time left on the clock. Let me see. Looks like I do. So you might get a bonus one here, but number 20, when you meet someone for the first time, stop and realize that you really know nothing about them. You see race, gender, age, clothes. Forget it all. You know nothing. These biased assumptions that pop into your head because of the way your brain likes categories, are limiting to life and to other people's lives. So what this misguided set of 60-year-olds is saying is, don't judge someone at first blush. I would flip that and say, be very, very careful when you first meet someone. Look for the red flags. You meet this gorgeous new hunk. If it looks too good to be true, it is. Before you jump into the sack with him, and by sack I mean gaping vag. No, before you throw his hot dog into, before you get intimate, before you fall in love, before you have sex, find out who these people are. If you're someone who values, for example, a high credit rating, who lives by that and looks down on people with bad credit, maybe you should know if your new significant other has bad credit. I knew a guy who married a girl. He was well off. He was a financial guy, and he married this deadbeat bitch. And it went downhill so fast because she would just spend like crazy and never pay bills. And then he was broke too, and his credit was screwed, and they wanted to kill each other. So if you're a OCD tidy person and you get to her apartment and it looks like a meth house, run for the hills, my friend. Not because she's a bad person. I'm sure she's wonderful, maybe beautiful, maybe very talented in many ways, but because that relationship is gonna drive you insane. Don't do it. Me, for example, I married what I like to call a hoarder. And honey, I know you're not listening because you don't listen to any of these, which is a little weird and a little annoying, and something I should have asked about before we got married. She says she's not a hoarder, but she kind of is. We balance it. We make it work. It's frustrating. She's gotten way better. But get to know who you're getting in bed with. And if you don't want to know who you're getting in bed with, again, just leave me a message in the comments and, we'll see what happens. I plan to get a vasectomy, so if you're looking for a baby, we should do it before that. But, and really what I'd like to do is get your throat pregnant. But that, and that goes equally for men and women. I don't discriminate. I'm not like that. But none of this is serious, so what difference does it make? And no one's listening, so I really gotta reevaluate my life choices. All right. Well, that was, I said I would give you a bonus one. Number 21. Boy, this is a strong piece of advice. Listen to my podcast. Oh, damn it. If you're hearing this, you already are. Well, you know what? Fair enough. I've given you all the advice over the last month that I can. So let's just move on.